Hi, this is CrackBall Gaming and welcome to our channel. Today, I wanted to talk about why big companies like Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft are not your friends. And this has come up, in my opinion, because we see a lot of console war talk, especially with the new generations coming out. Now, console wars have been around forever. We're talking about, Sega does what Nintendo don't. And we're talking about Atari versus Colecovision back in my day. So that it is not new. But it seems to be at a fever pitch where everybody's really invested in what these companies are doing, how much money they're making, how much they're going to win. And it's weird because you're focused on how well a corporation is doing that has no bearing on your own fun factor in gaming or anything. So
exactly.
I'd like to discuss and maybe remind everyone why these companies are not your friends. They're trying to make money. They're trying to do what companies do, which is fine, but they're not your team. They're not your best friend. And I'd like to start off with Nintendo, who tends to be the shining beacon in the gaming world. They can do no wrong, everybody loves them, but that's not exactly true, is it?
Yeah, Nintendo isn't actually that great when it comes to being consumer friendly. They're actually probably the worst out of all three companies when it comes to that sort of thing. But what really takes the cake is how they removed Pikmin 3 from the Wii U eShop, which was $20, just as they were adding Pikmin 3 Deluxe, which was $60, to the Nintendo Switch eShop.
Right, try to stop you from buying the cheaper version of the exact same game on a different system.
And you know what's even worse? It wasn't the first time they did it. They did it with Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze Deluxe last year as well.
Right, and almost trying to hide the fact that they re-release games almost all the time and try to make you pay top dollar for it. Case in point, one of the most well-received games this year is the Mario 3D All-Stars grouping, which are emulated games with almost no changes and improvements. And so while that may be great and people are excited, it's about as low effort as you can do for some of those great Mario games. If you look at games that are coming from that era and being brought up on almost every other console, right? They're being at least remastered. Some of them are being remade completely. And to celebrate Mario, you'd think you'd take Mario 64 and remake it, or Sunshine, and really do something with it. And instead, you get the game again, which is fine.
I mean, they're not bad games, but you're paying $60 for 3 games that are multiple console generations old at this point.
With no improvements.
And
buy them again. Have them on your newest system. That's Nintendo's MO, right? And that's disappointing. Another thing Nintendo does, the worst online subscription model ever.
Ooh, yeah.
Pay us a little bit cheaper than the other guys because we really don't have any audio chat for you. We really don't give you any free games other than the ancient games you should be getting for free from Nintendo, period. It's okay if anybody wants to emulate those games at home for free. I know it's illegal, but come on, people. It's NES and SNES.
You know you're doing it.
They finally added invites after 3 years to Nintendo Switch Online, but I don't know what games use them because all of Nintendo's online multiplayer games either came out in 2017 or 2018, and they haven't been updated in years.
Well, maybe Overwatch? Who knows?
Okay,
There's probably
Overwatch.
a couple games, but the point is, why are we even paying for any online services for Nintendo?
I was going to say it was near impossible. Okay, not near impossible, but stupidly frustrating and complicated to get you friended on my Switch. And we're in the same household. You're sitting next to me and...
Are you saying you don't like your friend code?
No, I don't like my friend code.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, that's
Your friend code
That's
sucks.
the general problem with Nintendo's old-fashioned online system.
We want
You
to keep you
have to
safe.
protect yourself.
I don't even think you can say it old-fashioned. They're just tone-deaf. They don't understand the internet at all. I don't even know if they understand modern games because I don't know what modern game they've released recently because it's all been the same games again and again. Ports and ports and ports.
Yeah.
So, anyway, we're not saying they're all bad, obviously. We're not saying that Nintendo's out to take all your money, but they certainly are. We're just saying that, as people constantly vote with their wallet on what people are doing, they vote for Nintendo. They're happy with, with what they're doing, but they're certainly not doing things in the way that would be your friend. They had to be forced to fix their Joy-Con issues.
Which they didn't.
Which they didn't, well, they didn't fix, but they have to try to repair them. They weren't even going to repair them until a lawsuit. Right.
And then
That's
they got
just
lawsuited again,
ridiculous.
but they didn't do anything about the second lawsuit
They weren't doing refunds for even pre-orders till again they were pressured to do that.
by a lawsuit.
And how about making a game stop that somebody made on the internet from a web? You want to go into that one?
Oh boy, I have a lot to say about this one.
Let's keep it brief.
Yeah, keep it brief.
But Mario Royale was out on the web for free, which was pretty much just Mario Battle Royale, Mario 1, and the Lost Levels. 99 people. Who can get there first? So Nintendo sues the guy, okay? This is like old hat for Nintendo. They do this every other Tuesday. So, they do that. The game gets taken down no matter how fast the creator tries to reskin the game, take levels down, rebuild the levels, rebuild the whole game. But it finally gets completely sued down, or the creator is just basically gonna lose all his money. And then what does Nintendo do this year but take his idea, make it worse by only having 35 people instead of 99, because that's how much their online can handle. And also copying a bunch of UI from Tetris 99, the other Battle Royale game, and using concepts from that as well to then...
I mean, the worst thing is they tore an idea down.
And then they ripped it off.
And then they ripped it off because it was a good idea. Instead of maybe...
Partnering the guy.
Hiring with the person or whatever. It's bad. So Nintendo is not anybody's friend.
Absolutely not. I mean, their games never go on sale.
Now, how about Sony? Because obviously we love Sony games.
Yes.
But they are not our friends.
No, they're not.
No, they're not.
Mm-mm.
So who wants to take the first stab at things Sony have done? Because to me, the biggest one is they followed Microsoft, and it is Microsoft's fault that Sony doesn't get a pass on this, by taking free online gameplay in the PS3 era and making it paid in the PS4 era.
With no noticeable improvements.
All I'm saying is there have been some improvements, but couldn't they have just been done without that? Why are we paying online? We're only paying online because Sony looked at Microsoft and goes, look how much money they're making off of those people. We'll just charge the same. Instead of blazing their own trail and saying, no, we're not going to do that for our ecosystem. They go, no, that's money on the table. We're definitely doing that.
Yeah, money.
Right.
So another thing that Sony's done is that they were quite late to the cross-play.
Yep.
And they fought it.
Well, I don't know that they fought it. They never gave a good reason why they didn't want to do it. They might have had good reasons. We don't know. But they gave... Lack of information from Sony is a big deal, right?
That is true.
So,
yes.
So there's also backward compatibility because we never got our PS3 games to play on PS4. They're not coming on PS5. I mean, they do have PS Now, but I don't want to stream them. I want the games I had to continue to be playable. In fact, if you still had PS3 games moving to PS4, you might still have games like Mod Nation running because the servers might have been still populated. Versus you cut them off, we can't populate it, everybody moves on to PS4. It's kind of sad. I think that's another reason why they're not exactly your friend. They just made that decision because it was too expensive for them to figure it out, and they've never gone back to it. What else?
Well, the Spider-Man PS4 exclusivity and Avengers and all of the PS4 timed or full exclusivity of some content in games like Destiny, Avengers.
Anything.
And
yeah, no, that's a great point because they're obviously giving their players incentive to come to their console.
Yeah, it's good for the players.
Well, it is, but it's not for the players. It's to get as many more people over to their side as possible, and it deprives other people of playing those games with the full set of the games. I mean, exclusivities, I understand, but a lot of these third-party exclusivities, it really does suck to have to choose or know that the best version of the game might not be on your platform of choice.
It's on somebody else's platform.
Just because somebody paid some money.
Right.
And so you don't get access to everything.
And we certainly experienced during PlayStation 3...
Xbox had a lot of that.
Xbox had a lot of that, and it did. It sucked.
Well, and I want everyone to remember that PlayStation is known for their great first-party games now. But they're only doing that, really. It's not because they love gaming. That's always a line that everybody uses, but that's BS. They're doing it because that's what sells their consoles. That's now what they're known for. And if they went back on that, that there would be repercussions. However, as we move into Microsoft, if Game Pass takes off, you can expect that Sony might follow suit at some point, which means lower quality games from Sony because you have to pump them out fast because that's where Microsoft is. So I'd like to talk about Microsoft now not being your friend. So Game Pass seems like a great value, but what comes with a great value? Loss of quality. And we already see that in the early games, and we're not even in the thick of all the games they're going to be producing. They have to produce them faster. They have to produce them cheaper because of the subscription service. You see that on everybody doing video streaming now. You know, they're trying to film so it looks like it has a little polish, but these things are clearly made quickly, not necessarily made, you know, with any kind of budget. And so I expect to see the same exact thing on games. Games are harder to make. They take longer, but they need to come out fast, so you have to have
right,
content.
because anytime you rush through a production process, and video games have quite lengthy production time frames, particularly your big AAA, big hitter games, they take years and years and years.
Yeah, and I don't think you're going to get AAA games out of a Game Pass situation.
No.
Microsoft is pivoting, and I don't think they've been completely truthful. Because again, all they want you to do is sign up for a subscription service, forget that you're paying, so they can cash in all the time. So again, another thing, Microsoft created the pay-for-online model. Never would have happened on Nintendo or Sony without Microsoft. Microsoft was also one of the main companies that pivoted towards microtransactions. They really were. People like to bash EA and Activision. Microsoft was one of the first premier, and they still have microtransactions in almost every first-party title.
I was going to say
Sony
that
doesn't
they
have
do.
any.
Right.
They never get enough credit for that. But Microsoft, filled with microtransactions.
They don't just want your money, they want all your money.
Everybody wants all your money. The point is, there's nobody worse or better. They're not your friends. You're not part of a team. You are a consumer to them. You are a customer. They want to keep you happy enough to keep paying. If you leave to go to the other side, they don't care other than to try to get your money back. So stop yelling at your friends if they don't like the console you like. Stop yelling into the void when you don't want, you know, one team buys some studios, the other team gets a game. The fact is that just put your money where you think the most value is for you and what you like, and enjoy yourself. Have fun, let other people enjoy their way, and stop rooting for corporations. It's really not a great thing.
Right, because when you think about it, it's just very sad.
It is. These are corporations. You shouldn't even know who's president or head of any division within Sony or Nintendo or Xbox. They're not your friends. They don't care about you.
I know Microsoft's guy, which I don't remember any of these guys' names because I don't want to waste my brain space on their names.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I just remembered his name. Damn it. It's in my head.
There you go.
Phil Spencer. He's just capitalizing.
No, he's a salesman.
Yes.
They're all used car salesmen. They're marketing things to you. They're lying to you in little white lies, big lies, whatever it is.
And they're taking your demographic information.
They want your money. And they have your money.
Oh, they have a
And as
lot of money.
long as you're happy giving them your money, just be happy. Don't you agree?
Yeah.
So those were our deep thoughts. If you'd like to add your comments down below, we'd love to read them and comment on them. Otherwise, we'll catch you in the next one.